All right. All right. Shalom. Hopefully I'm on. Let me see if this is working. All right. Yep. All right. All right. Yeah. Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakodash. I also want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Greatmillstone, and honors to all you fellow laborers that are enduring afflictions, bringing out this word sincerely. Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakodash, Barakathum. To all of you sincere listeners. Yeah, so this is the first time I've done this, recording on the stream. Lord's will, I'll do this a lot more. There's a lot going on, and that's the name of the lesson. There's a lot going on in the world. All right, so I want to just hit a few precepts, hit some articles, and Adawan Ratazah's edifying. So I'm sure a lot of you brothers and you sisters that watch, you're familiar with what's going on over there in Eastern Europe. It says right here, tense standoff around Kerch Strait between Russia and Ukraine, how it developed. All right, the waters near the Crimean Peninsula were the site of a tense standoff between Russian and Ukrainian ships that involved a chase, some gunfire, and fighter jets, followed by strong statements from Moscow and Kiev, Kiev being the capital of Ukraine. Ukrainian vessels were sailing between two Ukrainian ports, from Odessa in the Black Sea to Mariupol in the Azov Sea. The only waterway that connects these is the Kerch Strait between Crimea and mainland Russia. Kiev says it notified Moscow in advance that its Navy ships would be sailing through the area. Moscow denies that it was given warning. While both Russia and Ukraine have freedom of navigation in the Kerch Strait under a 2003 treaty, there are detailed technical rules on how vessels should pass through the narrow, complex waterway. All traffic in the area is controlled by the Crimean seaport of Kerch, and every ship should contact the facility, report her route and destination, and receive permission to sail through the strait. Yeah, you see the map and whatnot. And brothers who have been in this truth for a while, been following geopolitics, that this ain't coming just out of nowhere. It's been a buildup ever since Crimea was annexed. What was that, 3 years ago? And it was annexed from who? From Ukraine. And Ukraine being supported by who? America. Okay, so this is just another geopolitical move, man. It's another proxy war. Well, that was a proxy war or a proxy battle, I should say. And now everything is coming together. Hey, Lord's will, this leads to something else. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I think this is the one when they run into each other. Let me see. Now, I was watching one earlier, so I thought they was gonna play it when they actually ran into it. And as a result of this is happening. Ukraine parliament backs Papashenko's 30-day martial law in Russian border areas after Kerch standoff. So now martial law is being declared. All right, and Shalom, Yahawah, Bahasham, Rakakodash, Barakathum, to all you brothers on the comment board. All right, Ukraine's parliament has voted for President Petro Poroshenko's decree on a month-long martial law after the country's vessels faced off with Russian ships near Crimea. It affects areas bordering Russia on both sea and land. The Ukrainian General Staff was already tasked with beginning partial troop mobilization, according to media reports. The Ukrainian army was put on full combat alert even before the martial law was declared. The president also warned about a serious threat of a ground invasion of Ukraine, citing a secret intelligence document. Yeah, so the Lord is stirring things up. This is the book of Exodus 15:3. The Lord Yahawah is a man of war. The Lord Yahawah is his name. Yeah, and this is big, man. And because ultimately, all these troops are going to be gathered in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the so-called Middle East. Yet this is just another theater of war. Okay. In fact, where was that? Here we go. All right, invoking martial law is seen as a move which is beneficial for Poroshenko. The president's rating is falling as he struggles to campaign for re-election in March. I'm going to jump down. The decree which Poroshenko introduced in parliament specifically states that the people's right to elect and be elected might be suspended under martial law, effectively meaning that the government can call off any elections as long as the measure is in place. You see, and this is what happens during a time of martial law. Okay? The rule of law, which you're used to, that gets suspended. And best believe martial law is going to be declared here. And so this is just an example of what can happen at any moment. Okay, because this could come to America. Matter of fact, let me get the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 7, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. Yeah, so this is just another example of us being at the end of the world. All right, facing, and when I say the end of the world, I'm talking about the end of Esau's world. That's what the scriptures are talking about. Facing a public outcry over the possible fate of the upcoming elections, the president suggested that lawmakers approve martial law for 30 rather than 60 days so as to avoid derailing the March vote. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so there's a lot. There's a lot going on. Now, ultimately, like I said, the main theater of war is going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah, hey man, this is another build up to that. All right, this is another rumor of war. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, that's right. Wars and rumors of war. And that's what this is right here. This is a rumor of war. Okay, they got intelligence reports that Russia is about to take over. Okay, and they believe that could happen because of what happened in Crimea and the fact that it's right there in that area. It's right there on the border. And you know what's going to happen after that. Okay, if Russian forces actually do invade, NATO is going to get involved, which is going to be just another intensification of war. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, so this is just the beginning. Okay, because what's happening on the border? Trump threatens to close border permanently if need be, saying migrant caravan won't enter U.S. Yeah, and he's hitting them Zebulonites with tear gas. And hey, man, it's a shit show, so to speak. Mexico should deport migrants trying to enter the U.S. back to their home nations, Trump has said, adding that many members of the so-called caravan were criminals and that the U.S. would permanently seal its border if needed, which that's one of the biggest border crossings in the world. Tijuana and San Diego, that San Diego area. Mexico should move the flag-waving migrants, many of whom are stone-cold criminals, back to their countries. Do it by plane, do it by bus, do it any way you want. But they are not coming into the U.S. We will close the border permanently if need be. Congress, fund the wall, the U.S. president tweeted on Monday. And you know Trump, man, he's a brazen devil. He's a bold devil. So for them Zebulonites that's trying to come up, man, that's a heavy judgment, man. If they keep going, because you know Trump, he ain't gonna hesitate to put a bullet in them. Mexico announced that it will deport some of the 500 migrants involved in an altercation on the U.S.-Mexico border on Sunday, in which U.S. border guards used tear gas against a group that tried to force its way across the border. The incident occurred at the most active entry point between the U.S. and Mexico, which typically facilitates an estimated 100,000 crossings a day. Yeah, so that's messing up life as it generally is. And guess what? This can be a catalyst to enforce what? Martial law. That's the spirit that's out here, the spirit of martial law. The border crossing was temporarily closed after the brief skirmish. Yeah, you can see it, tear gas. Over 7,000 migrants from Central America are seeking asylum in the U.S., with 5,000 currently being housed in a converted sports stadium in Mexico while they wait to apply for refugee status. Yeah, and it just goes into it more, and the different sides that are either supporting the so-called migrants, the Zebulonites coming over, and those that say, well, we need to protect our borders. And best believe, like I just said, this could be a catalyst for martial law being instituted, because we know, according to prophecy, this is going to happen. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Which that's talking about what? Race wars. Because what you commonly refer to as a race, according to the scriptures, that's a nation. We're the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, so-called white people, they're a nation. That's the nation of Edom. Then you got Moab, the so-called Chinese. That's a what you refer to as a race, the Chinese race. That's a nation. And all these nations, 18 nations, they're present here in America. So it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And over there on the border, what do you have? You got armed troops, American troops, and then you got Zebulonites, okay, a tribe from the nation of Israel. And they got stones, and Trump said, man, if they throw a stone, man, go ahead and put them to death, like they Palestinians, man, in the Gaza Strip. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, sedition among men, meaning an uprising against the government. Okay, and all those seeds are planted here. That's why you got Antifa, you got the Proud Boys. Okay, you got supporters of Zebulon coming up, because some people want them to come up to do what? To raise hell. Some saying, oh, it's a humanitarian thing, but other people, they know what it is. Okay, because you got Issacharites, is Zebulonites, some of the Latin tribes. They believe that this is Aztlan, this whole area in California, and that it needs to be turned back to indigenous rule. Okay, you got Jakes, Judites, okay, that want to establish parts of the country as a black homeland. I mean, you got a lot of people that see that America is crumbling, and they want their piece of the pie, not knowing that this place is destined to be destroyed. Okay, and they know that what? They got to go against the government. Okay, they know that this government is corrupt. It's coming out more and more every day. And so because of that, what's going to happen? Martial law is going to be instituted. Okay, whether it be by a genuine uprising or because Esau sets up a false flag. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yet a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why is that? Because martial law will be instituted. Just like it's instituted right now in Ukraine. And all Trump got to say is we have the imminent threat that America is going to be invaded. And so to protect the country, to protect the homeland, okay, we need to make sure that nobody goes outside, curfews be instituted. Okay, we're not going to have any elections, right? Like you see what's happening in Ukraine, and whether this happens at the end of this year, next year, 2020. Okay, that's what happens when there's martial law. Your everyday life activity will be disrupted. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, and terror is about to consume these people. Let's believe that, man. And because there's only so long that this is just going to be outside of America. You see it happening everywhere, man. So eventually it's going to touch right here in America. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, hey, and that's coming too. Martial law, food riots, race riots. Yeah, so it's just a lot going on. There was a few articles I wanted to read at the same time, so that's why I went live just to document some things, just a news update, hit a couple of precepts, because this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be prophesying. This is 1 Corinthians 14:1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. Yeah, so you're supposed to be prophesying. This is the main spirit you're supposed to be in, the spirit of prophecy. Get some more precepts. It's the book of Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahawah. For the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. That's right. So if you have the testimony of Yahawashi, you're going to be in that spirit of prophesying. Okay, which prophesy means what? To say before. So you're going to be speaking on these things before they happen. And the Lord has a real heavy spirit of prophecy amongst the brothers. You know, brothers say things in the spirit, and guess what, man? It happens immediately, which is why we're supposed to be speaking, man. We're supposed to be speaking continuously. We're supposed to be putting that energy out, that vibration out, because the Heavenly Father, he honors it, man. So it's so important for us to speak the correct doctrine, you know, to be speaking in the spirit, man, to be in that spirit of prophecy. Get a few more precepts. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord Yahawah have not done it? Surely the Lord Yahawah will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. That's right. And he's revealing these secrets unto us, man. He's giving us the eye salve so we can see clear as day what's manifesting on the earth. And in the midst of all this, the RFID chip is being pushed, even though you got Adam Abbott and other groups, Israelite groups, that say that the mark of the beast isn't the RFID chip. It's clear that that's the RFID chip. Why? Because it's a secret that's been revealed unto us. And this isn't a doctrine of man. It's not the doctrine of Esau. It's just that Esau also correctly identifies, some Edomites also correctly identify the RFID chip or the NFC chip as the mark of the beast. Because the scriptures say that the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. See, Esau searches out everything. And he watches the videos. Okay, you got representatives of the elites that watch the videos and they're like, okay, well, like, they know. All right, verse 8, the lion have roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahawah have spoken. Who can but prophesy? Yeah, who can but prophesy? All right, the Heavenly Father has put the spirit on us to prophesy. Of what? Martial law, which martial law is in effect in Ukraine, which is getting ready to be instituted here in America. Again, all that's needed is something that just happened over there in the Crimea region. We have to be instituted here. Okay, the chip. You already know DHS ordered a lot of microchips and hollow tip bullets. Okay, so we're right here, man. All right, so I just wanted to go into that briefly. Hopefully that was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And hopefully you brothers were edified. Shalom.